So we're back here again, aren't we? Following up from what I said yesterday. As you guys may know, I'm Sin with Vengeance. If you don't know, then you guys need to just click on the channel, just look at my history. I'm a retired YouTuber coming out of the woodworks, coming out of retirement to stand up for my community. Anyway, I made a video yesterday talking about the microtransactions that were bogging down College Football 27, and I said I wasn't going to buy the game. Literally 2 hours after I posted the video, EA is like, get rid of the microtransactions. And I'm not saying I was a big part of that. I'm not saying there was somebody that I dialed up and told them to remove it and it was gone. No, that wasn't the case. But I got to give credit. I have to give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Bordeaux for doing things the right way, having morality over, the money, and standing up for the community. Because like I said yesterday, we made this game possible, right? This is our game. I spent the better part after NCAA 14 still making content for the game, along with a lot of other creators. So we feel like we're empowered to have what we want in this game. This is our game. We have the fan base in this game is incredible. And shout out to everybody who still, came out here and commented on my video yesterday and still remembering who I am. Like I said, I greatly appreciate that. I'm doing just fine in life. Life couldn't be better. It doesn't look like much in the background, whatever, but this is just, it is what it is. It's my bedroom. Anyway, but this isn't over just because we won yesterday. I'm going to say that straight up. We may have won the battle, but the war is just beginning. Because if you actually read through the statement they made yesterday, it just seems like they're just delaying the process till next year. When they say something like along the lines of, these live services for College Football 28, it only means that they're going to bring back the microtransactions next year and try and make, kind of like how Madden Superstar Mode is. And how that is only playable online. Like, you can only play it if you have an internet connection. And it's so predatory. It's so fucking dumb that we are subjected to a game like this, where we lose the offline accessibility parts of it. It's a slow burn. It's kind of like everything with the government. Everything's a slow burn. They'll do a little thing to chip away at it at a time, and then they'll take a little bit more next time, and a little more next time, and a little more next time, just to see how far they can go before we've had enough. But by that point, they've already got what they wanted. So this is why I'm saying it's not over. And good on Bordeaux for saying he'd never work for EA again, because if I'm in his position, I wouldn't either. This is just abhorrent, and it's terrible what they're doing to the community. Just because we won the battle does not mean the war, it's over. We have to stand up for our community. We have to stand up for the game that we made possible. So don't just rest on your laurels and act like this is a victory. It is a small one, but there's a bigger picture at play. And everybody in the community is realizing that too, myself included. I said this right when we won yesterday. I was like, this ain't over, because they're just delaying it till next year. They're gonna come back with it next year. And I'm just saying, if you're a creator that's gonna go to see, partnered with EA, these are the types of things that you need to be questioning. And they're going to be like, hey, where are these? Do we have microtransactions? These are the questions that they're going to be asked at EA next year when they try and release College Football 28. Now that the cat's out of the bag, and since we are a community that doesn't like these microtransactions, do we want to have our sandbox? And yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, even people like me are just going to be questioning it from now. We're going to question the legitimacy of everything they do from here on out. And I say this. Let me play my sandbox analogy. I like my sandbox. I don't want anybody I bought my sandbox. EA wants to come in my sandbox and kick sand all over me while I'm trying to build my castle. That's what they're doing. That's essentially what they're doing. They're kicking sand in my face while I'm trying to build my castle. And I'm not putting up with that. Neither should you. And yeah, I might still buy the game and, try and test things out and even, maybe show a few clips here or there for you guys to see how I like the game and if, it's legitimate. They still haven't technically even brought back the XP sliders. They may bring it back at a later date, but we have to keep pushing for that. We have to keep talking about this. We cannot rest on this. We have to keep talking about it. We have to be vigilant. As somebody who is a Marine Corps veteran, I would know. You have to remain vigilant. Don't get complacent. This is not the time for complacency. So I'm glad that everybody in the community knows that what's at stake and that we're going to stand on our stuff. 10 toes down. Stand on your shit. And if you are still partnered with EA, just be hypercritical of them. And if you're like Bordeaux and just won't work with EA, good on you. Like, whatever your stance is on this, that's, whether you want to work with EA in the future, just be hypercritical of them. But if you don't want to work with EA, like I said, that's fine. And to anybody else who tries to tell me that, oh, don't don't buy the microtransactions, like I said yesterday, you're just nothing more than a bootlicker for a corporate company, $1 billion company that doesn't give a shit about you, but you somehow just give so much, you care so much about their product. You don't even care about them price gouging the average person. It just shows that these people that like the microtransactions do not care about anybody besides themselves. And they aren't about the community. They're about themselves. So I care about you guys just as much as every other creator. If it takes me to come out of retirement to make content to tell you guys about this kind of stuff, something's fucked up. I've been off the YouTube scene for 5 fucking years at this point. A lot of you guys that used to watch my content are like some of you guys were still in college and almost graduating high school when you guys started watching my content. You guys are adults now. We've grown in the past, 10 to 15 years. Shit, I'm 35. But I still love my game because it's something that I took a lot of passion in creating in a place that, you guys watched throughout all those years. And I'm forever grateful for that. So just know that I'm going to continue to have your guys' back throughout this whole process. And if there's any other news about the next college football edition or anything like that EA tries to pull, I'll be here. Because my job now is to be an advocate for the community. I may not be making content in terms of college football content, but I want to be an advocate for every community member in college football that makes YouTube content or Twitch content or whatever, because I feel like I'm somewhat I have a responsibility to do so as somebody who did make college football content. So again, I appreciate every single one of you. If you guys, want to say hi to me, feel free to say hi and all that. I'll link my socials, I guess, down below. They're different handles. I've kind of just drifted off into my own personal thing now. But feel free to say hi, feel free to interact, feel free to chat, and I hope to see you guys on the other platforms and we can talk about this game and make it better, because I want this game to be better. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time.